Today, we're talking about the woman who watched this entire saga unfold in real time. Not through a screen, not through comments or headlines. From the inside, from the kitchen, the garage, the sleepless nights, and the quiet moments when the cameras were off and the weight of everything came crashing down. Her name is Hannah Smith. She is Matt Armstrong's partner, his co-pilot, the woman standing behind the most insane automotive story the internet has ever witnessed. And for months, while the world argued about Bugatti's VIN locks, Mate Rimac's Instagram videos, and whether a British mechanic could actually do the impossible, Hannah said nothing publicly. She stayed behind the scenes. She kept the business running. She kept the household together. She was the silent force holding everything up while Matt walked out every morning to face a problem that the entire automotive world had declared unsolvable. But now she has finally spoken. And what she has revealed about what this Bugatti project truly cost, not in money, but in everything else, will stop you in your tracks. First, let's go back to the beginning. Because if you don't understand what Matt walked into, you can't possibly understand what Hannah had to live through. In October 2025, a Bugatti Chiron Per Sport, one of only 60 ever built, was involved in an accident in Miami. The car belonged to American influencer Alex Gonzalez, known online as FXAlexG. The damage was severe. The front end was completely destroyed. Airbags deployed. Carbon fiber cracked and shattered. The transmission, a piece of engineering that costs more than most people's homes, had taken a serious hit. The repair quotes came back at $1.7 million. The insurer did what insurers always do with numbers that large. They wrote it off. Salvage title. Done. The car was shipped to Copart, the online salvage auction where wrecked vehicles go to die. But this wasn't any car. Even wrecked, it was worth somewhere between $4 and $6 million. Alex Gonzalez was not about to let it disappear. So he made a call to the one man he believed could do what no one else could. He called Matt Armstrong. For anyone unfamiliar with Matt, he's a 32-year-old British YouTuber and mechanic from Leicester. He grew up in his father Tony's workshop, learning the language of engines before he could drive. He went on to become a professional BMX rider, competing internationally until a serious shoulder injury at the BMX World Championships in Germany ended that chapter of his life. What came next, nobody saw coming. He bought his girlfriend's crashed Audi TT off the insurance company for £600, filmed himself rebuilding it, and put it on YouTube. The world watched. That single video launched everything. As of early 2026, Matt Armstrong's channel has surpassed 6.3 million subscribers and hundreds of millions of views. He has rebuilt Bentleys, Aston Martins, Maseratis, and Ferraris, documenting every moment with raw, unscripted honesty. He has built an entire career out of doing what manufacturers say cannot be done, which is exactly why Alex Gonzalez picked up the phone and called him. Now here is where Hannah Smith enters the story, or rather, where the story starts quietly consuming her life. Hannah is far more than a supporting character. She and Matt met through the BMX world, long before the YouTube millions, long before the supercars. She left her own job to become part of his growing operation, runs her own YouTube channel, manages merchandise, handles production scheduling, and keeps the logistical machinery of the whole brand moving. She appears in Matt's videos with a warmth and authenticity that his audience genuinely loves. Fans consistently say she's the reason you root for this whole enterprise, not just the cars. And it is Hannah, having watched every project from the inside, who has now opened up about what the Bugatti has really done to their lives. Because here is what the highlight reels don't show you. This project didn't just ask Matt for his skill. It asked for everything. His time, his reputation, his mental energy, and ultimately his peace of mind. And whatever it asked from Matt, it asked the same from Hannah. Except Hannah was carrying it largely alone, because Matt was in Miami, thousands of miles from home, staring at the dismembered front end of the most complicated car on the planet. When Matt arrived in Miami and began work on the Chiron, the first obstacle wasn't even the physical damage. It was Bugatti. The manufacturer had locked the car's VIN, flagging the vehicle's unique identification number in their own system, effectively blacklisting it from every authorized dealer in the world. No official Bugatti dealer would supply Matt with the parts he needed. Not the headlights, not the horseshoe grille, not any of the specialized components unique to the Pur Sport. The car existed in a kind of corporate purgatory, physical, real, sitting right in front of him, but systematically cut off from the only supply chain capable of restoring it. This was not an oversight. This was policy. Bugatti's position was articulated publicly by CEO Mate Rimac in an Instagram video that sent shockwaves through the automotive community. Rimac stated clearly that a car of this complexity could not, and should not, be rebuilt outside of Bugatti's factory in Molsheim, France. He pointed out that certain repairs would require splitting the car entirely in half, using specialized machinery and engineers that exist only within Bugatti's own facilities. He also took the opportunity to correct what he called misinformation spreading online about parts costs, dismissing suggestions that components could simply be 3D printed. Think about that for a moment. The CEO of Bugatti took time out of his day to post a video specifically responding to a British YouTuber. The moment that happened, Matt Armstrong's rebuild went from fascinating YouTube series to global automotive news story. It was covered by mainstream media, automotive journalists, and publications worldwide. Comments sections exploded. The internet took sides. And while all of that noise was building, Hannah was at home in Leicester, watching a cost that nobody was talking about. Let's slow down here and really sit with what Hannah's life looked like during this project. When Matt flew to Miami, it wasn't a weekend trip. It was a long-haul, open-ended commitment to a project with no clear finish line and an adversarial corporation blocking every major step. Back home, Hannah was running the show, managing merchandise, fielding communications, maintaining the social media presence of a multi-channel operation that doesn't pause just because one half of the founding team is 4,500 miles away attempting the automotive equivalent of open-heart surgery on the world's most exclusive production car. She was doing all of this while also managing her own channel and creative work. Hannah has spoken about the loneliness of it. And that word, loneliness, is the one that hits hardest. Because Matt and Hannah built their life around being a team. Their dynamic is collaborative in every sense. But the Bugatti changed that. It uprooted Matt, locked his focus into a single all-consuming challenge operating in a different time zone, and left Hannah holding everything else together. She has spoken about what it means to watch the person you love carry the weight of public expectation. 6.3 million subscribers, every one of them with an opinion, some supportive, some not, some demanding faster progress, some second-guessing every decision. Matt, being the transparent creator he is, has always felt the responsibility of those expectations deeply. And Hannah has watched what that does to a person over time, not just to Matt, but to herself, as someone who loves him and can't fully take the weight from him. She has been honest that there were moments she wondered whether it was worth it. That kind of honesty, from someone unfailingly strong and unfailingly supportive, is the kind of thing that makes you stop and just sit with it. And yet, Matt did not stop. Using CNC machining and advanced 3D scanning, he began fabricating components that Bugatti would not sell him. He brought in specialist collaborators. He broke the car down section by section, documenting everything with the same transparency that built his audience in the first place. And then, in a moment that left automotive enthusiasts genuinely emotional, the engine of that Bugatti Chiron Pur Sport turned over again. The car that insurance had written off. The car that the CEO of Bugatti had pointed to as proof that private repair was impossible. It started. Hannah has described that moment as one where she didn't even have words. Just an enormous wave of something that felt like the world exhaling after holding its breath for too long. She has talked about crying. Not because of the car, not because of the brand, not because of the drama that had played out online, but because the man she loves had done something the world told him he couldn't do. And she had been right there with him, in every way that mattered, the whole time. But even with the engine running, Hannah has been honest that the emotional cost doesn't simply disappear. The months of stress leave marks. The months of distance leave marks. She and Matt have had to have real conversations about what comes next, about balance, and about the version of their life they want to rebuild once this chapter closes. Because the most human truth at the heart of this story is not whether Matt could fix a Bugatti. It is whether you can survive the cost of trying without losing the things that matter most. Hannah said she would do it all again. Every hard moment, every quiet sacrifice, every long-distance phone call, and every morning of holding the fort alone. Because she knows what it means to stand beside someone who builds things. And she has chosen every single day to be part of what gets built. Now you know her name. And now you know her story.